Zelensky. Here, the recall of more than 500,000 potentially dangerous Whirlpool washing machines begins today. If you're affected, you'll be offered either a repair or a replacement. But the consumer rights group Which says that's not enough and is urging the manufacturer to offer refunds instead. Our personal finance correspondent Simon Gompertz has the details.
Dealing with the backlog built up because your mum can't use her washing machine.
It was okay at first. It was just like a couple of loads, but now it's just constant.
Alex from West Sussex has had to take in all her 75-year-old mother's dirty clothes. To blame, a Whirlpool washer, one of the ones at risk of catching fire because of a faulty electronic door lock.
All of her washing is here. Everything in my house. It's not even about the washing. This has cost us in so much money in electric. It's cost her so much money in petrol.
The first customers heard was on the 17th of December. They were told then to unplug affected machines or use them only on the cold cycle. Only today, more than 3 weeks later, is Whirlpool offering a solution. Owners will get an email to choose a repair or replacement. There are no refunds on offer. They can then click on a link to book a date for the work. 60,000 affected machines have been located so far. The plan is these will be dealt with in a matter of weeks. Whirlpool told us last month what effort they were putting into the recall.
This is a complex situation, and I wish it could be done overnight. I truly do. But we're working flat out to make sure that we have all of our people trained. We've doubled the staff. We're adding service engineers.
Whirlpool's already having to replace dryers with a fire danger. Now it's got more than 500,000 risky washing machines to find. To date, only a fraction of the washers have been located, so this whole recall process could take months. Simon Gompertz, BBC News.
And with me now is Robert Jervis-Gibbons, who's the Public Affairs Manager at the Electrical Safety First charity. Thank you very much for coming along to talk about this story. Generally, are recalls an effective way of getting potentially dangerous products out of circulation?
Well, they are, but in terms of electrical goods, our research has shown only 10 to 20% of those recalls are actually effective, and that's woefully inadequate. We really need to improve on those figures. So we've seen today that, Whirlpool will be starting this recall process, but that we need to make sure that this one is certainly successful compared to their tumble dryer recall situation, which started in 2015, and the recall for that only started 6 months ago.
Well, when we buy an electrical item, we're generally given a packet with paperwork in it, which I guess not many of us send off to register that we've bought that item. So obviously some people do that, and Whirlpool has the contact details of those people. But everyone else, do they simply not hear about this recall? Why then are only 10 to 20% of people expected to actually respond to it?
I think the problem we have is that people naturally assume when they buy an electrical product, it's registered immediately with the manufacturer. That's not the case. What we need to start thinking about and have a conversation about here is that the item is actually registered at the point of sale. Now, there's been a precedent for this over the years. When you used to buy a television, your information was passed on to TV licensing. So in order to improve on that 10 to 20% figure, certainly if the item was registered at the point of sale, we would be in a very much better situation when it came to recalls of electrical goods.
It seems like an eminently sensible idea, and you were mentioning to me that this is what happens in the USA. Why isn't it happening here?
Well, we never had a centralised database for recalls. That's part of the problem. So the public simply don't know who to go to when it comes to looking for recall information. That's been part of the problem. What we need the government to start thinking about is having a centralised point of information. So it'd be like a one-stop shop where that information is available for the recall of electrical goods, and that information available for them, for the government to actually take action.
So how long does this recall actually last for effectively?
Well, it'll last as long as the manufacturer are able to find their customers. The problem that the manufacturers have is actually finding their customers. Because the items are not registered at the point of sale, it's very difficult often for manufacturers to find out where their customers are. Whirlpool have told us that they found 60,000 customers so far, but there are 519,000 of these washing machines out there that still need to be found.
So beyond that, it's simply hoping that people see an interview like this, for example, and that triggers a thought process of checking their machine.
Absolutely. I think the most important thing people do today, if they've got a hot point or Indesit washing machine, Anita, they need to contact Whirlpool to ensure that they, get a repair or a replacement as soon as possible.
Okay. Robert Jervis Gibbons from Electrical Safety First, thank you very much.
Thank you.